This tutorial explains how to use macros in Survey Solutions. A macro with a name macro name contains a string of characters called the macro content. You can refer to macros in any part of your questionnaire. Macros is used to 1. Improve readability of complex validation and enabling conditions, and 2. To simplify support and changes in the conditions that are repeated in several questions. To create a macro, click on the Macro tab on the left side of the Designer screen. Click on Add New Macro link. There are 3 fields in the Macro Definition section. Macro Name, where you specify the name of the macro. Macro Content, where you define the string to be assigned to the macro name. And an optional field, where you provide a description of a macro. Suppose we want to ask every married woman of a fertile age about the number of children born in the current marriage, and whether that woman plans to have more children. Both questions will have the same enabling condition. Instead of repeating a set of conditions in every question, we can define a macro that contains these conditions. Click Add New Macro link. In the Macro Name field, enter the name for that macro. For example, fertile_female. Enter conditions in the Macro Content field. Enter the description for that macro. Now you can refer to that macro in your questionnaire. Add $fertile_female to enabling conditions of questions asked to that group of respondents. We add the same condition to a question about the number of children born in that marriage and to a question whether a woman plans to have more children. If you need to change your definition of a married female of fertile age, you make a change in that macro, and that change will be propagated in all conditions where this macro is used. For example, if the age definition is expanded from 45 to 50 years of age, change in macro will affect the enabling conditions in both questions in our example. Rules of writing a macro. Macro name can be up to 31 characters long. The macro name starts with a $sign. For example, $employed or $total_income. Macro cannot contain other macros in the content. You cannot define a macro with a content that includes $female. Macro can contain any string that will be substituted in the expression.